Hello everybody, welcome. We are here today in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yay! No, not so. It's so cold. I don't like being in the cold. But I do love to come to Ohio and see none other than...
Da-da-da!
Wendy Lou!
Winnie!
Woohoo! So one of our family members, Wendy, is here. Austin's not here. We'll see him later, I think. Later tonight or tomorrow. But he had to work. Don't like to work. But we are starting our whirlwind tour. We're in Cincinnati. We're going to be heading to Salt Lake City, Utah, which will be fun. But while we're here in Ohio, where it's freezing, we're going to do one of the only things that there is to do in Ohio, which is go to the mall. There really isn't that much to do in Ohio. So we're going to go to a mall. We're going to go to Kenwood Mall, which I think is one of the best. I really feel like it's the best mall, pretty much one of the best malls around this entire area. It's really nice. There's a lot of cool stores there, so we're going to check it out. Maybe even grab a snack. I'm getting kind of hungry, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on and what we're going to do in the future. So stay tuned. It should be, I don't know, some fun. All right, we're here at Kenwood Mall. This has been a while since we've actually been here. The way I look at Kenwood Mall is it's sort of more like Mall at Millennia. So more to the high-end type of mall. So if you're looking for like the down-to-earth, sort of the regular stores that you would see in different locations, kind of like the Florida Mall, you would go to a lot of the other malls around here in Ohio. If you want more of the Mall at Millennia type feel with the higher end of stores in here, like Michael Kors and different things like that, this is more like Kenwood Mall here in this location. So we're gonna kind of go around. I think the first thing that we're gonna do though is eat. I am starving. Let's check out the food court and see what they have. Okay, they got Sbarro. Yum, I love Sbarro. And so that's always an option for me. I think they have pretty decent New York style pizza. I mean, I don't know that it's as good as New York pizza, honestly. They got Philly cheesesteaks here, China Max, sort of the typical Chinese. I mean, every single food court has to have some sort of Chinese restaurant, usually more than one. Pretty good sized food court though. There's a lot of seating here. Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, I think Chipotle might be calling my name, honestly. And a Anderson's New York City Deli, and a Ninja Grill. Hey, another Asian restaurant, but this one looks a little bit different. It looks like a hibachi express. Ooh. So basically they grill up some hibachi. Ooh, yum. That kind of looks interesting too. What's everybody going with?
Chipotle.
What are you getting?
Chipotle.
Chipotle? Yeah. What are you getting?
I actually think I'm getting Chipotle. I want Sbarro, but there was a line and it's so many calories that I'm like, I feel like I'm going with the healthier option.
Yeah. 6 tons of rice is so much healthier than a big slice of pizza.
Not all of us get 6 tons of rice. I just get the normal amount.
And sour cream.
Sour cream's the best part.
I also don't get sour cream.
She doesn't. She gets like a kernel of rice, no sour cream. Her bowl looks dusty. I'm going to show it to you. It is dusty. Wendy knows how to eat a Chipotle bowl. Some rice, some chicken, and sour cream, right? Amongst other stuff. Cheese. That one, however, the most dustiest Chipotle bowl you'll ever see in your life. It's dry and busted. We're standing in line for Chipotle here, but right next door is this Anderson's Deli. And now I'm seeing they have a Reuben sandwich, corned beef, brisket, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and Anderson's dressing on rye. Why am I not getting that? That actually looks pretty good. Candy was saying the same thing. She said she saw they had grilled cheese there. It kind of sounds interesting. Man, that Chipotle was good. I'm not gonna lie. They've been having this like free Chipotle thing going on. I don't know what it is really. I just know that in my mobile app, I keep getting free guacamole coupons, which I don't even. By the way, I never really eat guacamole, but it's free, so why not? And now I'm starting to get like hooked on it. See, that's why they do it. They're giving you the free guacamole coupons so that you start getting the guacamole more often. and then you start craving the guacamole, and then you start buying the guacamole. Chipotle's guacamole is pretty good when it's good. When it's not good, it's not good. But sometimes it's pretty good. And it's been really good lately. So now I'm like starting to crave guacamole. So I didn't have a coupon for the free guacamole today for some reason, but Wendy did on her app, so we used it. So it was really good. But Candy's there. She went into Buckle. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Buckle, but it's kind of like, it used to be kind of like a cool store that had like a bunch of like interesting, like just an interesting look and feel when it came to a lot of the clothing and stuff. But I feel like lately it's kind of like the last couple of years, it's just kind of like, most of it's like old school feel. It feels like they haven't evolved. And I'm kind of afraid that if they don't start evolving more, that they're going to get like booted or something. So we'll see. Okay, so a little interruption here with the video at Kenwood Mall here. I just got approached by some security guards and that were not too pleased about the fact that I was recording in the mall. So I had to kind of stop filming. It's so crazy because I'm like, I'm in a mall. Like, it's not like, I'm not disrupting anything. And they basically were like, you can't film. Like, you're not allowed to film in here. You just can't. Like, it's against our code of conduct. You're not allowed to record. We kick people out. I'm like, really? Because, like, where does it say that? Because I'm like, they said in the code of conduct. So I'm like, okay, does it, like, if it says that, cool. Like, I won't record. I'm just curious. And this happens a lot in Ohio. Like, I'm so used to being in, like, Florida where it's just normal. Like, people are just kind of recording, doing restaurant reviews, you know, showing off theme parks, different locations. Because it's tourism. Like, I'm basically trying to get free advertising for these places. And in Ohio, we get all the time pushback and kicked out. Like, literally just get kicked out. And so I went over to I said, well, I had the security guard. I said, hey, let's go look at the code of conduct. I'm just curious. I'd love to see, because he said it's at the entrance. But I'm looking in the code of conduct. I'm like, there's nothing in here about video recording. And he said, well, it's under this line that basically says, like, you can't do anything that might disrupt the shopping experience. So I was like, okay. So that's just pretty much anything. Yeah, my daughter's just now texting me. She said, I just looked at the code of conduct for Kenwood Mall and saw nothing about not being able to record, because I just told her that this happened. I texted her. She's back in Florida. And I was just so confused. And I said, so that's the line you're talking about? And he's like, yeah, I mean, it's in there. I'm like, I said, so was there a complaint? Was I doing something that was like bothering people? He said, well, yeah. I said, well, who? He said, well, management said. I'm like, management? Like, did they see me on like a security camera? And so I said, well, I can talk to management. I'd love to talk to them and find out, like, it's cool. Like, if I'm not allowed to record, cool, I'll just stop. I mean, I've been other locations that were like, cool, I'm not comfortable with you recording here, and I just leave. I'm like, okay, great. Like, we got kicked out of Grader's Ice Cream here, which is a local shop that I was trying to do a review on because it's famous in the area. And they were like, no. They told us we could, but then we went in there and we started recording, and then all of a sudden they were uncomfortable with it and kicked us out. So we ended up just getting the ice cream to go, and I reviewed it in the car. And I said, that's cool. Am I allowed to record outside or whatever? And they said it should be fine outside. And I said, okay, great. I said, but I still would love to talk to a manager. So then the management came out, and I'm talking with the management, and then they started clarifying. They're like, well, you know, we've been kicking people out and stuff for doing, like, stupid TikToks, you know, where they're, like, yelling real loud or doing stunts or something, or, like, trying to interview people. And I'm like, no, I don't do any of that stuff. Like, I try not to interview or, like, bother people because I don't want to mess up their guest experience. That's basically like solicitation. And I don't do that. And they said, oh, well, if you're just kind of like, you know, I said, mostly I'm just recording myself, maybe showing a little bit of the mall. I just really was doing an episode on trying to show that this is kind of a nice high-end mall in the area, that if you're in, you know, Cincinnati area, this is probably a really good one to come to. And they were like, well, if you're just doing that kind of thing, it should be fine. So I'm like, oh. I was like, okay. So, yeah, a little bit I guess people, I mean, I do think people get out of hand. I mean, if you're in public spaces and you're doing crazy stuff like jumping off ledges, I mean, I can see why you get kicked out, but I'm like, I'm just vlogging. I'm just like doing a little episode. So they seem to be fine with it. So I told them, I said I'd keep it on the down low and try not to do any disruptions or anything. I'm just going to record a little bit, and it seemed like they were fine. So I just came over here to like talk about it and be like, that was just a weird experience. I don't know why always in Ohio we're getting like kicked out of places. So basically, I thought we were getting kicked out. And there were like 2 security guards showed up and they were like ready to kick us out. But I had a good conversation with them, and they realized what we were doing, and they said we were cool. So I'll try to get a little bit more footage, but now I'm kind of a little bit nervous to do it. I'm a little worried because I don't want. So I'm going to do a little walk around. If I see any places that kind of look interesting, maybe I'll just give them a quick scan. I don't usually record inside. When I go to a mall, I don't usually go inside stores and record because I do try to be professional, and I try to be very understanding and respectful. In that, usually when we go into a place, I ask for permission. So if I go to a restaurant or something, I say, hey, I'm going to do a little recording. Is that cool? And then if they say, yeah, I go ahead and do it. Sometimes they say no, and we leave. And for a mall, it's just not practical for me to walk into every single store in a mall and ask for permission. So I usually don't go inside the stores in malls when I record. I just kind of stay outside and show a little bit of what's going on. So we'll do that, show a few more things. I think the wife went into Altered State, which is, I think, like a Christian-based store that has some pretty cool stuff in there. So I don't know how the rest of this episode is going to go, so let's stay tuned. We'll find out together. So this is the Altered State store right here. It's just got some cool stuff in there. You can kind of see. It's got like some cool, like, I don't know. I don't know if hipster is the right word. It's not really hipster or hippie. It's just kind of like a lot of like neutral colors and like cute style. I really kind of like the style, but what I really think that they like the most in that store is they have a lot of like those little like coasters and photographs and like framed pictures and little like trinkets and things that have like cute little like sayings on them that are very like uplifting, heartwarming, feel good. Again, I think it's a Christian-based company, so there's some pretty cool stuff. And they've really expanded. This store, I remember years ago, was really small. Now they have like a fountain in there. They got all kind of stuff. It's like really nice in there. So yeah, Candy's in there with Wendy. I think they're checking some stuff out, so hopefully they'll be out in a minute. So I'm in here at Altered State. I'm waiting for Candy. She's trying stuff on. But can I just talk about how cute the wallpaper is in here? You see this? It's like all these like prayers, all these letters that are like, they're all prayers, like I guess letters that people have written about like praying for certain things, like healing for their family, or one of them said, and Wendy was like, I feel this one, it was like praying for help with passing their board exams. But yeah, it's like super cute. I think they like took people's letters that they had written or prayers or whatever, and then they like created a wallpaper out of it. But then they took this like, they put like plaster here and there in different spaces, so they like almost like a stucco effect, like over top the wallpaper. It just looks really cute. I love it. It's like a really cute. This whole place is so cute. Well, they also have a Lego store here, and it's funny to me because just like the Lego store in Walt Disney World in Disney Springs, there's also a line to get into this Lego store. So apparently, that's a Lego store thing. I think it's because they just don't let... I mean, just look in there. There's not even anybody in there. Like, there's like a couple people. So I don't know. I guess it's like a guest experience thing that they've done since COVID. They didn't used to do it, but it's kind of a cool Darth Vader, though. But now all of a sudden, they just don't let a lot of people in there. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. There's also a line to get into this Lego store. And there's a place down here, and it's called Kung Fu Tea. I've never heard of Kung Fu Tea, and I wonder what it is. I don't know, but they have one. They have this cute little store. I mean, this is super cute, called Lolly and Pops. It's like a little cute little candy store. Purveyors of Sweetness, Cincinnati, Ohio. I don't know, it looks super cute. I just want to give everybody one guess as to where Candy is right now. every time. Like almost every time we walk past the Starbucks. Yeah. It's a problem. All right, so you know me. Wherever we go, we got to stop and get a snack. We did eat Chipotle, which is busting, by the way. But I had to get a snack. They have a place called Great American Cookies, which they have in a lot of different malls, a lot of different places. I've seen it before. But I've never seen this particular cookie. And it was called the Pecan Chewy Cookie. Check this thing out. Usually when I see Great American Cookies, they have the like chocolate chip or the sugar cookie or like the little like ones with the icing and stuff on them. And you can get like the big giant cookies that are like used for parties and stuff, like a big giant chocolate chip cookie that says like happy birthday on it. But the Pecan Chewy, they had a chocolate chewy too, which looked really good, but and they were, I don't remember how much this was, but it was like 7 of these cookies for like $6. I only got one, but it looks good. I also have something else that I'm going to show in a minute, but this looks really good. I want to try it.
Anywhere you go, give it all.
Oh.
Anywhere you say,
Oh. Oh my good. I got to go back and buy the other 6 of these. Why didn't I get 7 of these? Oh my goodness. I am not even kidding you when I say this is one of the best cookies I've ever eaten in my entire life. You know what this tastes like? This tastes like the delicious, chewy, crispy part of the pecan pie. You know the top part of the, like if you ever had a pecan pie, it's got the crust. It has this like delicious filling. And then on the top, there's like this crispy, chewy, melty pecan crisp. That's what this cookie is. It's like literally just eating that part of the pecan pie. I don't. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Moog, you gotta try this. I don't want to share it, to be honest. I'm being totally honest. I don't want to share it. It is so good.
This does not look appetizing. I don't really like it. I don't like the texture. It's weird.
It looks chewy though.
It is. The best part is like the pecan on the top. The flavor's fine, but I feel like the texture's weird for me. I don't know. What is the texture? I feel like it's not cooked all the way on the inside. It's kind of like pecan pie filling on the inside.
Whatever, I don't know what she's talking about. It's delicious. The texture of it is like crispy but chewy at the same time. I love it. If you like pecan pie, that's going to be one of the greatest cookies you ever eat in your life. But we also got a couple more cookies. Well, just one more cookie, but 2 of them. One for Wendy and one for me. Nick, are you watching, Nick? This is going to be down your alley. Or right up your alley? Why did I say down your alley? Up your alley. Whatever. I'm a huge fan. One of my favorite cookies is a sugar cookie with frosting on it. Look at this. Oh, look at how much frosting that has on it. Yum. And it's got like little sprinkles on it. You see those sprinkles in there, Nick? Look at that. I'm giving it a go. Wendy's already chowing down on hers.
I just told Mom that this looks like the Christmas cookies that we would make on like the day before Christmas, and it looks like the icing, like the way it's like laid on the cookie, it looks just like the ones where it comes out of the can and you spray it. But the taste is really, really good. 10 out of 10.
Those things aren't mine.
All that frosting on there.
They're just on my bag.
Yeah, Candy's not a huge fan of like cookies with frosting on them. I am. I like this. Really good. The pecan one's better, actually, surprisingly. Honestly, if the pecan one has some of this frosting on it, it'd even be better. I'm just going to do a quick scan of all the stores that they have here. Since we weren't really able to walk around and show them all, but they have tons of stores here. You can kind of see all the different stores. Yeah, they have a lot of stores. Well, there you have it. That's our trip to Kenwood Mall. I was going to say it was going to be a bit uneventful, but it ended up being eventful because we almost got the boot.
And da-da-da.
And yes, she got an outfit. She did. There was no Mickey. There was no Minnie ears here, so she got an outfit.
If you're ever looking for something cute and like different, unique clothes, look online at Altered State. It's actually a Christian-owned company. They have plus size, kids, and just other sizes as well. It's very, very cute. They have like pictures, stuff for your house, clothes, shoes, everything.
Yeah, and she came out of the dressing room with a dress on, and she said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Oh, it's cute." She said, "Well, what shoes would I wear?" And I was like, "Well, you have plenty of shoes at home in Florida that match that." And she's like, "Yeah, I know, but they're all in Florida, and I have to wear this dress here." And I said, "Oh." I was like, "Well, it sounds like maybe you shouldn't get the dress." She was like, "Oh, yeah." And she went back into the dressing room. Then I started like talking about the wallpaper, and she comes back out with the same dress on with shoes. And I said, I looked at it, I was like, I don't think the solution for the dress was to buy new shoes. She's like, that was, and then the lady working there said, that's always the solution. I was like, you're not helping me out here. So anyway, yeah, so she got the dress and the shoes. But whatever, it was a fun day. We got some delicious cookies. They got Starbucks as usual, and we almost got kicked out. So there you go. Fun day, weird day in Ohio as always, but thanks for joining us. Hope you had a little bit of fun. Again, this is a nice high-end kind of mall. I feel like it's high-end-ish in Cincinnati area. If you're looking for a nice mall to go to, this is a pretty good one. Traffic is kind of bupkis here, but it's not any worse than in Florida. So
And it's freezing.
and it's very cold. So we're going to get out of here. So thanks for joining us. See you again next time. Until then, the Noble Way.
It's the easy way.
Bye-bye, everybody.